Hello and welcome back to the Walk Cook Walk Outdoor Cooking channel. I am 1.16 miles into this apparent 10-mile walk that I'm trying to put together today, and it's already going wrong. My gimbal stick has just given up on me. I put the camera on it, I loaded it up, it loaded, spun around, centered itself, and then turned off, and it won't turn back on now. So that's not the best start, but we're going to be all right. I've got this tripod, which I'm going to walk around with in my hand like a complete dipstick, because that is the nature of what we do. We make it bloody well work. Now, I stopped for a drink here because I'm quite thirsty. I haven't drank a great deal today. And I just wanted to show you this two-tone tree. It's green at the top there, and underneath it's purple. Or what would you call it? Burgundy, maybe? Would you call it burgundy? Right, I don't know what the bloody hell's going on, guys. Has an EMP hit England? Because all of my electrical stuff is screwed. This keeps turning itself off. My gimbal stick isn't working. And I don't know. I'm really not sure what's going on. And I don't even know if this is picking me up recording because it keeps going off. It's got 100%. Everything was on charge overnight. So yeah, I'm not sure. I'm going to swap this out and see if it makes any difference. So apparently that wasn't even recording. So I've just been talking for God knows how. You would not believe the amount of things that have gone wrong so far. My gimbal stick's not working. Microphone's not working. Phone's playing up. Maybe it's just not meant to be. Maybe there's not meant to be Scotch eggs in the woods today. Right, I think we're on course again. But if this thing keeps messing me about, I'm going to launch it, and I'm not going to be using the mic. I'll just be using the flipping phone's audio, which isn't ideal because it's not the best. It picks up road noise, picks up loads of bits and bobs that you don't really want it to. But, I mean, come on. It's already a bit of a mess anyway, isn't it? We're using a tripod as a selfie stick. Let me just double check I haven't left anything. No, we're good. I'm using this flipping tripod as a flipping selfie stick because mine's literally just given in. So all that is now is dead weight in my bag. It's absolutely useless to me. I don't even think I've got anything that I could charge it with. Like, I've got a power bank, but the problem is I didn't think I was going to need it. Right, well, I'm going to start again. Hello and welcome back to the Walk Cook Walk Outdoor. Today, number of things have gone wrong. I don't have a microphone. They were on charge overnight and apparently they didn't charge. So I've got no microphone. I've got no gimbal stick, which has got the stabilizer on it. I'm having to use a tripod because that as well wasn't charged. I don't know why. Overnight they were put on charge, ready for today. Not sure, do not know. Could not bloody tell you. Crack on anyway. I did say I've been recording back and forth, but I don't know whether any of the audio worked. Hopefully you managed to see me show that two-toned leaf. If you didn't hear me, hopefully you get to see it. It was bloody awesome. It was green on top, but then it was like this, is it auburn or burgundy kind of color underneath? It was flipping great. The beauty and the marvel of nature. So sorry for the shit audio, deal with it. And sorry for it wobbling all over the sodding place because I've got no stabilization from gimbal. But we're going to do this anyway because there's not a lot that can stop me once I put my mind to something. Can you get through? Yeah. With a bit of a jiggle, anything's possible. Right, so I'm going to go up here because I need the, what's the word? Ascent. I need to be going up hills. Now this is quite steep. It doesn't show you how steep it is, but it is quite steep. I'm going to be heading over to a bit of woodland where I've been near before. I've cooked in the woods near Old Moor Woods, but the plan is to get some blooming miles in today. I've already said all this, but I've got to say it again because the rest of that footage probably isn't usable. There's a frog, either a frog or a toad. Off you go, mate. I'm not going to bother you. I'll go this way and you go that way. How's about it? He's not too bothered, is he? To be fair, he was very well camouflaged before he moved. Just looked like another leaf on the ground. Yeah, we'll leave him to it. Onwards. So yeah, I've got the tarp with me. Probably going to set it up at some point when I get to these woods. They're quite far out now. If you watch the video where I cooked the sticky pork noodles, that was the woodland at the end of that pathway that I turned back on after talking to that chap. We're going to be going through that today, and we're going to carry on further along to a place that we call Round the Woods. I used to ride round it. It's only a small bit of woodland, but it's got a nice little track. Steep climb on, well, I say steep, it's not steep. I've got to climb on one side and then a descent on the other. And I'm planning on getting over to there. You can actually see it from here, believe it or not. I never realised you could see that from here. See if we can pinpoint it. That's not it. That is it. So here, right there, is where I'm going. Now it's approximately, I'd say 3.5 miles each way. Maybe. I'm not quite 100% sure. But I'm going to be trying to do it as off-road as possible. There is some places where you've got no choice, you're going to have to go on the road. But I won't be recording around that place as much as possible. Unless something cool happens. Everything's against me today, but you know what? I'm going to crack on. Just going to keep going and going and going until I can't go. Until I lose my temper and smash everything up. And then I'm going to eat raw eggs and raw sausage meat and probably shit myself in the woods. Might as well rub chili flakes in it as well. Why the hell not? But yeah, like I say, everything's going tits up. But yeah, such is life, such is outdoors, you know, is what it is. So I'll bring you back in a bit. Anywho, and we will reconvene at a more suitable time. And chatted shit. There's a bit of a event happening. I did take a picture, which is obviously show you before this video. There's Hemlock happening on Bramket Hills field. I was going to be going up and down the woods here today, but it's going to be quite busy, I expect. So, oh, what's happened here? There's been a hell of a lot of stuff cleared. This was never like this before. Have they just cleared out loads of the bracken and stuff? Strange. Very strange. I'm sure it wasn't like that the other day when I was up here. Anywho, going up what we call Vomit Hill. As you can hear, they got music in the background. There's kids doing activities, fun games and stuff like that. There's loads of different stalls. Hemlock happening. They do it once a year. Bit of a community gathering and all that jazz. Couple of rides, you know, the usual kind of thing. Get yourself a boiger, get yourself an overpriced burger that just tastes like lard. I mean, lard's not bad, is it? But you wouldn't want a lard burger, would you? So this is called Vomit Hill because an old friend of mine, we were cycling up it. It's always a good fitness indicator. See how your fitness is going, because you can't get a run up at it. It's just a slog on a bike. It doesn't look like much, but it's actually a bit of a beast, because when you think it's finished, there's a little bit more to go. And at that point, that's where you chunder. You feel ill, and you're probably going to be sick. it's really fun to cycle down there. Which side do you want to go, dude? You going that way? All right, dude. Literally just saying cycling down it, and some dudes come along and cycle down it on a, I think it's a cross bike, is it? It's not a road bike, I think it's a cross bike or gravel bike. But he seemed very, very happy. I mean, I suppose these woods aren't actually going to be that busy because everyone's down there. Now you see, look, you get to the top of this bit here and you think you're done, but then there's a bit more. I'm just coming through here for the elevation. I'm going to drop down the back, get down to the part where I was going to try and get up that sandstone ledge, which I couldn't get to. I'm going to drop out the back of that and then carry on going down the road towards the woods at the bottom, past the woods there, and over to around the woods. Now, depending on how many miles it takes to get to around the woods or the woodland I want to cook in, depends on whether this is an out and back, whether I just turn tail once I'm done and go back the way I've come. The way back that I'd planned does divert away from the direction I need to be going, but it all depends on how many miles I've got in the bag. If I get there and it's 6 miles or 5 miles, I know that I'm going to be okay doing the longer route back to make sure that I get that 10. Because the theory is, I was talking to Jim last night or yesterday evening when we were on a walk, the theory behind it being, if I can do over 10 miles with just the hills that we've got around here, deliberately picking the hills as and when we could, like we did last night. I mean, we actually came through here and then up and round, but deliberately picking up the hills to make sure that we're getting it and it knackers us out, kind of thing. Because if I can do 10 miles around here with the small hills that we've got here, or if I can do over 10 miles, I'm standing better chance of doing 10 miles in the Peak District. And it's really, really warm, but it keeps raining, which is why I've got this flipping jacket on, but I reckon I'm going to take it off because I'm sweating. What we're on so far, 2.5. I reckon it's about another 2.5 to where I want to go. So yeah, stands to reason that I might be going the longer way back, or depending on how knackered I am, because I've been out, about 3 days on the bounce, or 4 days on the bounce. It's 4 days on the bounce because I was out with Brunton on Wednesday. We did a short one then. Then Thursday I was back out doing the corned beef hash, which has already been uploaded, so go check that out if you haven't already. And sorry, there was something buzzing around my head. I was like, what are you doing? Go away. Then I'm out yesterday for an evening walk with Jim. We did about 6 miles. And obviously I'm out today trying to break the 10 barrier. Now, I'm not going to put myself through hardship for the sake of it. If I get to 8 miles and I'm like, right, I'm flushed, you know, I will just go back the quickest route that I can find. But if I do take that other track, then there is no real diversion of a quicker route back. So I'll weigh it up once I've eaten and stuff like that, because once you've got a belly full of food, your perspective changes, doesn't it? Right, anyway, I'll bring you guys back when we're a little bit closer to the place I'm going to cook, because I'm going to get a bit of a pace on. I'm going to put this tripod back in my bag. And yeah, sorry for all the crooked wobbliness and any crap audio, but crap audio is kind of a thing now, isn't it? And yeah, we'll be back. Right, so I can't be bothered to get the tripod out, but you might have saw down there that there was a pillbox. Now, I rang the farm. There's like a country farm, if you want to call it that, sell fresh produce and stuff like that. Now they said the land's been sold. I asked them if they knew who I could ask for permission. Land's been sold for development, so I'm assuming there's going to be houses on there. I think it's a World War II pillbox. I'll do a bit of research and I'll correct myself if it's not, but I'd quite like to get in there and cook. So I'm going to try and find out who the developer is and see if I can get a 20-minute access window slot. Now, there is what I believe to be a footpath running across the top part of the field, but that doesn't mean I'd be able to get down to the pillbox. So I do need to ask permission from whoever owns that land, which again, it's probably the developers. The house over there, old farmhouse, isn't even used anymore apparently. Lady said that there was no one in there, which is a bit of a daft thing to tell somebody who's very inquisitive, because I was tempted to go down, but yeah, I'm not gonna. I don't want to get into trouble. It's not what we do. I don't want to be encroaching on anyone else's land and so on and so forth. But where we're going is just over there, look. We made it. We're not far from it. We are 4.12 miles in, and yeah, feeling all right. Bag's getting a bit heavy, but it is chock-a-block with stuff. I mean, there's not many ingredients to carry. A couple of eggs, sausage meat, seasonings, brown sauce, of course. Definitely with the brown sauce this time. But it's a nice area. I believe this is called Strelly, or near Strelly. So I'll bring you back when we're in there. We're going to do a quick time lapse of me doing a lap around so you can see what's crack-a-lacking in there. It's going to be jerky as heck because I don't have my gimbal. Look at the size of that tree there, look. That is huge. Massive thing. Bloody hell. Huge. Is that a swallow? That was well cool. Come flying right over. I believe it is. He's just too fast. There he is, look. I think he's catching insects. Is it a swallow? I think it is. Wow, that one was real close to me. Oh, I've lost the other one now. I like birds. I do. My favourite bird is owls. Flipping love them. They're just awesome. Imagine being able to turn your neck all the way around. See what's behind you without having to turn your body, as well as being able to fly 100% silent. Surprise! Right, I'm going to do a time lapse and we'll be back. Now I did just show you on the time lapse some wild foxgloves. Foxgloves are really, really cool. These ones are wild. You've got the lovely purple or violet, whatever you want to call it, variety. And right next to it, which you rarely see these days, is the white ones. Now I'm not going to mess with them because the sap from foxgloves, wild or even in your garden, could cause an acceleration of the heart. It's used in medicine, but it's also one of the reasons why sometimes the older generation be in the garden without wearing gloves, and because they get the sap on their hands, somehow it seeps in maybe, and yeah, just generally causes them a bit of mischief. Now then, well, this is the spot I was thinking of. It's a lot more open than I thought it was going to be, but you can't beat it, man. I'm thinking from this tree to this tree should be all right. Looks like there's a good enough distance, and maybe the farmer will even see my blue top, come and have a word. What you doing there, boy? Cooking Scotch eggs. What are you doing? I don't know whether we've got right to be on here, but there's no fences, and we've ridden around here, dogs walk around here, horses trot round here, and in the winter months when the horses come through, it really does knacker up the terrain. But you know, woods are for everybody, man. You can't gatekeep all the time. You can't try and keep people out of areas and stuff. But look, this pisses me off. Sandwich wrapper. Let's go and enjoy the woods and leave behind a sandwich wrapper, a plastic bottle, another plastic bottle. So we're going to take them. Let's have a wander up here. Another plastic bottle. I mean, it's probably just kids dicking about and whatnot, but come on, man, take your rubbish with you. If you're going to enjoy the area, take your sodding rubbish with you. Another one. I don't know whether I've got a plastic bag with me. It's always an afterthought, isn't it? Might have something. I might have something. But anyway, we're going to get set up and see what we can't do. And you know what? I thought that was recording on a time lapse, but it bloody well wasn't. It's just one of them days, isn't it? It's just one of them days. Bring on the next contender of what's going to go tits up. Well, I got a shelter up, so I'm sure I'll be all right. In the grand scheme of things, if the rain does come in, it's going to come in from under that side. We do have the bit of wind coming through, so if the rain gets pulled through there, let's take this off. As helpful as it is, when you crouch down, it's really, really uncomfortable. Really, really uncomfortable. Farmer's down there making a bloody racket with his tractor. Probably trying to scare me off, but the idea was put the blue tarp up so he could see it, and then he might come over and we can have a word, and you know, he might tell me to bugger off and get off his land. Get off my land. Or he might very well say, what are you doing? I'll explain, and he might let me stay here. I believe this is his land. I'm not 100% sure. But like I say, it gets used by a lot of people, this area. And that's, like I said, we were 4.5 miles-ish when I got here. And I'm not sure whether I'm going to have a guest appearance. Mate's just asked me where I am. Jim, who I was walking with last night, I told him I was coming out this way. He might be out on his bike. Probably wanting a Scotch egg, really. That's all he's interested in. I'll give him an ETA on when they're going to be ready. We'll see if he turns up. He might, because he does ride up here, like we all have over the years. It's got a nice, as you can see, it's got a nice little loop going round. There's plenty of little routes to jump off and things to play about on, and so on and so forth. But anyway, I'm going to set this time lapse. I'm actually going to set it as a time lapse now, and we'll get it done quicker. It's really hard to get the angle with the battery pack on the back. I'm hoping you can hear me. I'm going to try and speak a little bit louder than normal because I don't have my microphone, and I do know that the audio on these phones is just pants. We're all set up. I've got a bit of prep to do, and all that is going to be is boiling some eggs. So I'm using the Trangia Mini today just because I think it's the perfect thing to do these Scotch eggs in. Might not be able to cook them all at once, but that doesn't matter because while one's cooling down, we can be cooking another one. You know? So there is a wind coming in from this side, so I'm going to be using this to block it off. If it blocks off the view as well, which it is going to, I am very, very sorry. But it is a necessity, otherwise I will not be cooking this Scotch egg. So watch this video of me not showing you how to cook a Scotch egg in the woods. How am I going to do this then? I'm going to have to put both cameras over there, aren't I? Do it sideways, she said. Flipping old Mozzie bike just coming back to haunt me like, I'm still here, scratch me, it'll be soothing. Right, so the reason for using the Mini is, I'm sorry, my hands are dirty already, I'm not sure why. I think there was quite a bit of soot left on the table. I'm just digressing again, as usual. I think the Mini is going to be perfect for this because it's quite deep. We're only going to be able to do them one at a time, but we're going to be shallow frying it. So we're going to be using quite a lot of oil, and then obviously I'll just tip it over for now. All I need to do is block it off ever so slightly. I don't need like masses of blockage. Just need it to not be coming in too much. So first things first is we're going to boil the eggs. Then we're going to let them cool down because I don't really want to do it with hot eggs. I don't think it'll work. I think you'll struggle to get the sausage to stick to it. So let's get the eggs on, plenty of fuel because it is a bit breezy. And the Mini is not the most efficient of all of the stoves. It does have the wind issue. Now this thing that it rests on here, they say it's the windshield, but that is not a bloody windshield. That is just a stand. It is just a holder. Red Sweet Outdoors said this years ago, and I totally bloody agree with him. Shout out to Red Sweet Outdoors. My favourite outdoor cooker of all. Culinary excellence is what we get from him. And I learned a lot about the Trangia systems from watching his videos as well, so I've got a lot to thank him for, so thank you as well, dude. There we go. And just at that moment in time, the wind picks up. Might have to drop this side down, you know, to actually help block it out. It's definitely coming in that way. Let's see if we can just drop that down and make it a bit lower, possibly give us a bit more of a blockage. Right at this moment in time, it's pretty windy and it's getting under it. Not sure that that peg's actually any good. It reduces the amount of space I've got, but that's okay if it helps block off some of the wind. I think that's a little bit better. Let's have a look. Yeah, definitely. You won't believe how much better that is now. There's a little bit still getting underneath it, but I'm not bothered about that. Has made it so I might not even need that, which would be great. Do you know what I need to do? I need to flipping remove this bloody annoying thing. It's shite. Oh, there's like a little waspy thing on there. Only a young one. Not sure what kind of wasp it is, but it is a McWaspy. It's on my thumb now. Off you go. And as it is the weekend, it is perfectly fine to crack a beer at 3:43. As I say, went for a couple of beers with Jim last night. It was nice. Only 2 beers, and he had 2 of his alcohol-free ones. But it's nice to just, you know, to sit in a pub environment. I rarely get to do it. So when I do get to do it, I thoroughly enjoy it. Now you can see that there is still some wind, but it's not like it was. Righto, let's get the eggs boiled. I'm not gonna video the whole flipping thing. I might put it on a time lapse because that could be pretty cool, but yeah, you don't need to see 3 eggs get boiled, do you? Or do you? Is that what gets your rocks off? Just enough to cover them, and then we'll know roughly how much water I can drink. Don't need to be 100% covered. Now I'm wondering whether this grabber can actually handle picking that up. Yeah, just about. Gonna let them boil. And what I will do actually is, just because this thing is a bit... Get off me. Whatever you are, get off me. You are not invited. You buzzy bar steward. Yeah, just gonna literally close it off, clamp it down. That's going to be doing that as efficient as it can now. And I'm going to put this on for a lid because that always helps. And it's got like a little divot in the bottom of it there, which, you know, allows you to use it as a lid. Yeah, I'm not even going to do a time lapse for it because it's shite. It's just a flipping pan boiling some goddamn eggs. No one needs to see that. Get a small clip of it just before I put them into some a cooler environment. Did you see my stick throwing skills? It's a big one. Anyway, less childishness. What did that fern do to me? Absolutely nothing. But you know what? It was fun, and I'd do it again, I tell you. Hello outdoor enthusiasts, welcome to my humble abode for the next couple of hours. I need your help. I'm doing a sponsored walk for Diabetes UK, 10 miles in the Peak District at the beginning of next month. And I'm trying to raise £200. I've currently got £120 raised, so thank you for everybody who's dropped a couple of quid in. If you can, please drop a couple of quid in. There's no obligation. Money's shit for everybody at the moment, you know, so if you can't, you can't. If you can, please do. And thanks to everyone who supports me through all this malarkey. I'm just in the woods having the flipping time of my life. And you know what? It doesn't cost anything. It's great. Look at this tree. Look at this bloody tree. It doesn't cost anything. It's just a flipping tree. I've got the whole woods to myself. I got the whole woods to myself. I got the whole woods to myself. I got the whole wood to myself. Woo-hoo! Oh shit, a bit dizzy now. Yes, not do that again. And I made a vow not to tread over this way because I always get dirt in my flipping pans. But because I've blocked that side off now, I kind of got to. I mean, that must have been 10 minutes. Because I've been waffling over there, collecting litter, or collecting a bit of litter, chatting shit and drinking beer. Now, I'm not really a lager drinker, but this is a really nice beer. I think it's a lager, but it's a Polish lager. Now, the Polish seem to know what they're doing with lager. I don't like all the continental lagers and stuff like that, mass-produced shite. But these seem to know what they're doing. Maybe. Trash pile. Probably could have added it to the litter that I've collected out there, but I didn't want to because I'd have to go out there then. It's not safe out there. There's lions and tigers and bears. Oh my. Yes, I am very over the top, very immature, and do you know what? I will never change. Anyway, now that I've finished waffling, let's take this off because that is piping hot. We're going to take the pan off. We're going to snuff out the flame. Oops, that was a bit of a dick move. There we go. And I've just singed the hair on my hands. How we gonna do this, boss? I'm thinking, because I need these to cool down sooner rather than later, don't I? I'm thinking, hoil them out of here. They're definitely cooked because they've had plenty of time because I've been dicking about over there, as you've probably seen. If I put the footage in, sometimes I record loads of stuff and then never put it in because there's just too much, and I try and cut as much out as possible. But the thing is, I chat so much shit. it's sometimes I've got to delete loads of stuff. So I delete the stuff that's like either less funny or less informative or all that kind of jazz. Now hopefully that cools them down to some degree. Hopefully. I need something to put that water in as well. That's my cheese. What can I put the water in for now? What the hell's that? A spider or a mozzie or something? Oh, the mozzies. Do you know what? I'm going to get the flipping citronella pads out. I flipping hate mozzies. If there's one thing I could eradicate from the world, it'd be politicians. No, it'd be mosquitoes. Mind you, they're quite a lot like the same, aren't they? They're all blood-sucking mother... Hi! There's no one there. I'm just in. Here's a funny story for you. Oh shit, here he is, look. You're right, dude.
Yes, mate, you.
Yeah, just how long you out for?
I said I've been here longer than an hour and I'm already 33 minutes.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I'd sort you a Scotch egg out, but they're only just boiled.
No, I'm good, mate.
Do you want a boiled egg?
No, I'm good, mate, thanks.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Right, I'm just gonna jump out of here and talk to Jim. These are cooling down anyway. I'll be back. So my mate Jim's just rocked up because he asked me where I was earlier on. I told you he might turn up, but he's just come up on this absolute beast. This is a British-made mountain bike called a Kotick. What model is it, dude?
Flare Max.
Flare Max. It's an absolute tank.
A short travel 29er.
29er short travel, made of steel. And when you purchase a bike from Kotick, the guy called Sai, is it?
That's yeah.
The guy who serves you at the desk is the guy who actually designs and builds the flipping bikes. That's how sweet these flipping bikes are. What a beauty. Is that Eagle on there at the back?
XT.
Oh yeah, so it is, yeah.
Hope Cranks.
Hope Cranks, British made once again.
Hope Wheels.
Hope Wheels, British made once again.
Pirelli tyres. Italian.
Yeah, we're not bothered about the Italians, mate. We're not bothered about the Italians. Yeah, nice bike, dude. Very smart. I'll quickly tell you a funny story. Me and Jim were talking last night, and the profession that he's in was using a bit of land for some training. And on that land is where I've cooked a curry before, in that cave. I cooked a curry and I did something else in there. It was barbecue beans, spare ribs, and something else as well. Cornbread for a challenge that someone had set me. He mentioned that there has been a homeless man cooking in the cave, and I was like, are you sure it wasn't me? And he was like, do you know what? I never actually thought that it might very well have been you on your channel. And we had a good old laugh about it. Jim's now named me the Hemlock Hermit. Anyway, let's check if these are cooled down. Sort of. What I should have done probably is while I was talking to Jim, took them out of the water. I don't know what that sound is that I keep hearing. It's like a wow. Just had to spray a wasp. I don't like them, mate. That water's cooled down anyway, so that can just go there. That water's cooled down now, so that can go there. Because we're going to have to dry this off. Get the eggs out. Yeah, I'm going to crack the eggs. What I should have done is actually done that in the water, because when you crack the shells in water, it's actually easier to crack the egg. So what I might do now is use my last bit of water on that. Now that's pointless, but I've already put it in there now, so I can't drink it really. So we might as well use it. So I'm going to crack these eggs up, but what I'm going to do now, I'm going to attempt to go live. It might work, it might not. I'm going to cast it from here to that, because last night I did that and the audio was okay. Fingers crossed, wish me luck. If there's a live for this, then you know it worked. If not, then it didn't work and we are at a loss of footage. But yeah, you got to try. You just got to bloody well try. Right, so I managed to do it live. Hopefully the audio's okay. I casted it from that phone to that phone. The old phone was literally just used as the internet connection or the signal, and that one was then dinging it. While I was recording with that one, I thought I was gonna open it up and it'll be like, yeah, it's still recording. It wasn't recording. So I don't know how much footage on that of the time lapse I've got. I made Scotch eggs in the woods. 3 Scotch eggs in the wood. I'm eating the first one now because it's cooled down nicely. Oh my flipping God. Nailed it. Absolutely flipping nailed it. I was dubious to begin with as to whether I was going to be able to pull it off, because I did one with an egg wash. Seemed to take quite a long time to get it cooked off, but let me do it a bit tidier. Hopefully you'll be able to see from there, but if not, tough shit. I'm going to get this one cut open. Oh yes. Look at that. Scotch egg in the flipping woods. Brown sauce, hot sauce, absolute flipping winner. Dribble it all over the side of the plate as well. That's standard, you got to do that. Kind of like a sacrifice. You got to sacrifice a little bit. Get in there with some hot sauce. And then trough away. That's too big, isn't it? I mean, I've got a big gob, but bloody hell. Bloody hell. That's the best Scotch egg I've ever had. Garlic, pepper, mixed herbs, chipotle flakes. I think that's it. Mixed into the sausage meat, wrapped around an egg. Cover it in breadcrumbs. You don't even need the egg wash. Cover it in breadcrumbs. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. I've not even managed to take a picture of it yet. Oh. I'm gonna have to take a picture of it now. No, I'm not. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna continue to scoff this one because I'm really enjoying it. And I'll bring you back in a moment. And I'll just take a picture of it. Take a picture of the last one cut open. Just so people could see what I've done. Look what I made! Shouldn't be allowed. And this is what everybody indoors misses. The outstanding beauty of nature. Simple and free. That one looks like he's having a bit of a snooze in there. Maybe the other one will wake him up in a minute. Giddy gosh, I don't mind telling you that, I know I've already mentioned it, I was a little bit dubious as to whether I could pull it off. Only because of when the fat started spitting. I was not going to be sat around fat that was going all over the flipping place. But it simmered down and it sorted itself out, and it made 3 flipping beautiful Scotch eggs. I ate all 3. I don't care. There is none for the kids. I'm going to have to go buy some eggs to use the sausage meat up, but I don't care. That's how flipping nice they were. Bonkers. I bloody did it. Yeah, just like the flavour just on their own was amazing. You bang on the brown sauce and the hot sauce. Oh God. Beautiful. Mission accomplished. Managed to do the live as well, which is great. get to interact with you wonderful people. And yeah, that's us done. The plate is empty. I'm going to get tidied up, going to get packed away. The main phone is full of storage. Storage is full, whatever you want to call it. So I'm having to use the old phone. All we've got to do now is pack away, so quick time lapse for that. Thank you to everybody who jumps on the lives and continues to support my channel. Anywho, I'm going to stop waffling. I'm going to get packed up. The last thing I'm going to pack away is the oil, because I'm kind of waiting for it to cool down because I'm taking it with me. And to dispose of. I don't think I'll use it again. It's looking a bit grimy, but it depends. It depends whether I run out of oil and I find it in a corner somewhere. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Didn't really notice the cheese in there, to be honest. No, I didn't get much cheese vibe going on. But it was in there. So, yeah. Thank you to everyone. Love you all. I'm going to get gone. If you got this far, thank you very, very much. So, we've left no trace. And we've packed away that rubbish. I'm going to take that with me. I'm about to go walk the same way that Jim rode. He said he did a total of 10 point something. So that's where I'm going. It is now 6:18. It's probably going to be another 5 miles back-ish. I kind of need a bit more than 5, so hopefully it's a little bit more. So I'm just going to finish my beer. I'm going to get out of here. Thank you very much for watching the videos that I produce, that I make, whatever you want to call it. It's much appreciated. Every single one of you that jumps on it and has a look, I appreciate your time. And on that note, I'm going home. See you on the next one. Hey. Do you like Scotch eggs? See if we can get him to do a toot. Well, I'll give it some. Good lad. Simple things.